All right, we are at Blade West 2023, and we are about to check out some of the coolest knives at the show and just see what catches our fancy. Let's hit it. It's not Blade Show coverage if we don't swing by Tops and see what they have cooking, because they make some of my favorite big fixed blades knives, and they are not disappointing with this new Armado 6.5. This is a Josh Navarrete design. He was a winner on Forged in Fire. A really cool thing though is he has an organization called IACT, and it's basically a forge where veterans can come and they can work together and they can make some knives, they can check out for a while, just get some camaraderie. Really, really cool mission, really, really cool knife. It is in production right now, so they're working on it. Should be available really soon. So we got really great sheath, leather dangler, just kind of a cool big knife. If you guys support this knife, the cool thing is you know, obviously Josh is making money on it, and it goes to support that IACT that he works on. So support some veterans kind of in a secondary way and get a rad knife from Tops. We did a whole video on Ben's new knife from KNAFS Co, the Lulu. First fixed blade they've done, first USA made knife they've done, except when we did the video, we didn't have the coated blade to show you guys. So there is a coated option. Right now, all uncoated options are sold out, so you can still get some coated ones. And then we also didn't have the leather sheaths yet. So I wanted to make sure you guys could see these. It's a leather sheath. It's got a welt inside, really well made, right here in Southern Utah. The cool thing about this is it actually has a snap on it as well. So you can take it on and off your belt without having to take your belt on and off or whatever gear you might have it strapped to. So Lulu, KNAFS Co, you can get it in coated, you can get it with this rad leather sheath, and once they're sold out, they're gonna be back in stock hopefully in the next couple months. Our friends over at Lionsteel have something kind of new and exciting. It's gonna be available in December, so we're giving you a sneak peek here. This is called the Skinny. The bottom one here, you got titanium fat carbon fiber, and the top one is aluminum and micarta. So obviously, the top one's a bit lighter, the bottom one's a bit heavier, but obviously nicer materials. Bottom one right around 300-ish bucks in the 300 range, and the top one right around that $200 range. Magnucut blade, integral construction with the frame lock and the insert, just a really clean knife, exactly what you would expect from Lionsteel. VERO Knives always has something cool, and this time around they have the Fullcrum Mini in a couple different configurations. So as you can see, you got a bit driver attached to the keyring section here. This actually came right out of Joseph's pocket, that's why you get a little bit of a wear and tear on it, which we love to see. Bit holders on this side, bit holder built into the tool, and then of course it's a pry tool. Now the really cool thing is that the end here, you can see that's actually where you put the bits in. So let me grab one of the other versions, show you what I mean here. So this is just another mini option of the Fulcrum that you have. So bits here, and then the bit holder is built into the back. So you could put whatever you want here. These are Weehaw 4mm bits, and then it also has a pocket clip version as well. So a couple different configurations for the Fulcrum Mini. Really, really cool design if you're somebody who wants to be able to carry a couple small bits around with you, and also a pretty stellar little pry bar as well. It's no secret that Protech makes some of our favorite automatic knives, both tactical and, I mean, let's just be honest, collector, bougie, whatever it may be, and they are not disappointing at Blade Show this year. So we've got Dave from Protech. Dave, hey guys, you talked to me about this. We haven't had anybody else on camera but me, but there's too many details in this to miss any. So
there's kind of a lot.
Walk us through this thing, because it is a work of art.
So this very special investor collector TR-3, it's a solid titanium frame. This is a 1/10 ounce gold bullion American Eagle coin. All of the engraving is done by master engraver Bruce Shaw, including cutting these channels and filling them with 24 karat gold, deluxe leafy scroll work all the way around the knife, the spine, all the way around the backside, even the pocket clip, the pivot pin, full coverage engraving, and 24 karat gold. There is a canary diamond in the push button, Damasteel Damascus, hand ground by Mike Erie. This is a 1 of 10, very, very custom piece.
And what does something like this run?
This is about a $10,000 TR-3.
It makes sense. All the handwork, all the craftsmanship, and then obviously the materials as well.
Of course.
And this is something that I don't think is talked about enough with Protech. I stole a regular TR-3 from you before we started.
Nice.
And here's the thing. TR-3, dyed-in-the-wool tactical automatic knife, right?
Our most popular knife with law enforcement and military.
Yeah, exactly. Here it is here, and here it is here in two very different versions.
From duty on the front lines to the front row of your collection.
And it's something that I think is so rare in the knife world in general. And I just think, and I've said this when you aren't on camera with me, I think that you guys just typify it. Thank you for all the wonderful work that you do.
My pleasure.
Dude, just beautiful. The CIVIVI Elementum has been a budget juggernaut knife for years, and for great reason. It is just absolutely stellar for what you get for it. CIVIVI has a couple new variations. So this is just your standard Elementum, but with Ultum scales, which is really fun. So as you can see through it, you can see the liners. When you close the knife, you can see the action of closing the knife. And and it's in Ultum, and everybody's really been digging on Ultum. So this is a really cool addition. Now, something a little bit different is the Elementum utility. And this is still kind of a prototype, so we're giving you guys a little bit of a first look at this thing. We'll see what the final looks like, but you got obviously razor blade, button lock, Elementum style configuration. I mean, you guys know what a big fan we are of the 1505 and of incorporating razors into your EDC potentially if it works for your uses. It's really neat to see CIVIVI stepping into that space as well. I'm really excited to see how this finalizes. Maybe SHOT Show we'll see a final. So 2 really cool options from CIVIVI. One is available, the Ultum, the utility, coming soon. All right, so there are a lot of interesting budget options in the knife world, but I may have found what is probably the best budget proposition for any knife out there. It may not be your style, but this is the Revo Canyon. Okay, let me give you a couple specs and then I'm gonna give you a price. So you got a 4CR blade, you've got FRN handles, you've got a very smooth, very good button lock with thumb stud action. It's on bearings, and this whole thing is only 15 bucks. This is a super smooth, super good looking $15 knife, deep carry pocket clip. I really think that you would be hard pressed to find a better budget option, bang for your buck option out there. The design of it may not be for everybody, but you cannot deny how much you're getting for the price, which is pretty cool. At Blade Show West, we've been seeing some really interesting budget knives, but I think the one that is taking the cake so far is the Rock Stub from Boker. It comes in a couple different configurations. It's got a 440B blade. This particular one has micarta, and then of course you'll notice it's got that crossbar lock on there. Deep carry pocket clip on one side of the knife. And the really rad thing is that these things go for right around $40, $45, depending on how you configure it. And it is a good crossbar lock. It's got a little bit of hold, a little bit of pop, and it just feels great. Like you could play with this thing all day. So the Boker Rock Stub, $40, $45 crossbar knife, awesome stuff. Speaking of Boker, they are a huge supporter of the channel and they made this video possible and a bunch of other videos that we've done on the channel. And the reason that I'm telling you this in the shop in the future and not back at Blade Show when we shot this piece is because I really wanted to show you this awesome knife advent calendar that Boker does. So it's exactly like an advent calendar if you've ever done like when you were a kid and it's like you're counting up to Christmas and every day you like open up the advent calendar as like a little toy or there's a little chocolate, except you're building a knife through the entire month of December, which is so freaking cool. So it's a knife advent calendar. It's got a couple sets of scales. You get the blade. It's a Boker Plus knife. I think they go for like $1.20, $1.30. Right now everybody's got them on pre-order, but you can go in, you can pre-order one. I know for a fact that this is kind of the first year they're really running these in the United States, so there's not a lot of them. So go to your favorite knife retailer. They're gonna have something like this. Find the Boker Advent Calendar. This thing is so rad. And thank you, Boker, so much for being a sponsor of the channel. Guys, we have some really cool Boker stuff coming. Boker has a great selection of knives, exactly like this cool crossbar lock one that we just showed, all the way up to like custom handmade stuff made in Germany. So check out Boker. Thank you, Boker. Get yourself an advent calendar. So as you guys know, we recently went to Italy and we've got a bunch of rad stuff coming from there, but we got some Italians here at Blade Show, which is always a good time. This is the Fox Vulpis. We saw it in Italy, we weren't allowed to show it off just yet, but they're available, they're out, which is really exciting. So you've got aluminum construction on kind of the lower end. They start around 30 bucks, which is amazing, with an N690 blade. Then they have a titanium handled version with an M390 blade, and it's like 85 bucks. So it's basically like a much cooler in-pocket utility knife than you can really get at that price range in a lot of ways. So this is the Fox Vulpis. Cool thing is Vulpis also means fox, so it's the Fox. Our buddy TJ has a new knife over at Schwarz Knives. This is a Burnley design knife called the Tern. It's a skeletonized fixed blade made out of Magnucut right here in the good old USA, actually just up the block from us in Idaho. Great little lightweight knife. I think it comes in under 4 ounces. And again, just a huge chunk of Magnucut. Now the cool thing, what TJ does is they have a bunch of different variations that you can do even in their sheath. So they've got things like the overland knife that you can pick your hardware and your scales and all that stuff. But then even in the sheaths with a skeletonized knife like this, you can pick your configuration, your colors and stuff like that. So Burnley design, Schwarz made, all USA, Magnucut, it's a rad one. It wouldn't be a great Blade Show if we didn't find something a little unique and a little different, and we definitely found this in this Yan Knives Reate made knife called the EMW. So as you can see right this side, you've got kind of a Tonto blade on this side, and what I mean by this side is that This is actually a double-bladed knife on the other side as well. It's kind of a Bushido style on this side. This particular one, titanium with micarta, because of course I had to pick the one with micarta on it. But really, really interesting. It's a double frame lock construction, front flipper. I don't know, just something a little bit different. Kind of a very, very modern version of kind of a jackknife, I guess you could say. And there's no pocket clip or anything on this, so it does come with a nice leather sheath. And then that is a titanium clip that goes for the leather sheath as well, so you can put it in your pocket. So I don't know, I always look for something interesting. This is definitely something that caught my eye. It'd be cool to carry this thing and see how practical it really is, but just from pure cool factor, Yan Knives EMW made by Reate. All right, that's all we got from Blade Show West. We saw some awesome stuff. I know that we missed some good stuff. We do every show, so let us know down in the comments what you saw, what you were stoked on. If you saw something in this video that you were stoked on, let us know. We'll catch you on the next one.